Evening, Aries. How you doing? Hopefully you can hear me. You'll find out why I'm muffled in a little bit. Also, my vision, not not great, but that's okay. I've made a decision, and I'm gonna do my best to stick to it. There we go. Welcome, welcome. Hoping you're having a pretty good Wednesday night, Thursday morning, whatever time it is now. I'm doing not too bad myself. I got work in a couple hours, so I was like, hey, you know what? I normally stream around this time until about the time I need to go to work anyway, so why not instead of sleeping? So we'll see how that works out for me. But yeah, got my Dune mask back on because it is thematic. Uh, you see the stream title. We will be attempting something. Um, I saw a video on YouTube very briefly about this mod. I have no clue very much about it, as is tradition. I do know that it's only in like alpha. It's still very early, so I don't know exactly how much is on it. They do have kind of an explanation about it on their on the mod page, but it's still really early. Go ahead and turn off the special stuff. But you got essentially it's set in an alternate world where they did not land forces on Arrakis. They did something a little different. Let me see if I can get it pulled up and read you what it says. It is okay. Dune Desert Power is a total conversion mod for Stellaris set in the universe of Frank Herbert's Dune. Unlike other sci-fi universes, space warfare takes a backseat in Dune's narrative. The focus instead falls on humanity, politics, diplomacy, commerce, and the factions that grapple for power. Dune, Desert Power, recreates in Stellaris the very dynamics that draw Herbert's fans to his work through unique mechanics and narrative-driven gameplay. Every faction has its own unique origin story, designed as a narrative campaign. However, the main focus is the Fremen origin, Desert Power. This campaign follows the Fremen rebellion through the battle for Arrakis, Paul Atreides' rise to power via the Holy Jihad, and the local machinations that define Dune. This campaign is built upon these premises. What if the Emperor had never made planetfall on Arrakis? What if Paul's victory had not been so decisive? In this alternate timeline, no single power secures dominance over the Imperium. The Fremen revolt continues, the Great Houses realign, and economic foundations of Chom and the Guild face unprecedented strain. You will fight the Emperor Sardaukar and the Great House legions for every planet through material expertise, and battle the Guild, Chom, and the Sisterhood on the political and financial landscape. So, like I said, they're still in alpha launch, still very early on in getting everything set up. Here's what they've got so far. It's an overhaul mod that enhances Stellaris with unique mechanics and contents, and the Dune universe mod integrates into the base game rather than replacing it entirely, offering a distinctive experience centered on the Fremen origin desert power. Got 9 playable factions. We'll go through those. 120 unique events, custom characters, traits and species, Dune-themed atmosphere, universe elements, got the flags and actions and such, guild highliner ships, and new mechanics. So the Zero, obviously, that's going to be the spice melange run out and the spice withdrawal situation begins. Forget how hard it is to talk in this mask, because it like pushes against my chin, so I have to train my jaw. Let's see. Asabia, religious unity holds your empire together. Keep your pup spiritualist or watch your jihad crumble from within. The Kuzarat, double-edged sword, grant the priesthood power through policies and watch them rise, but feed them too much and you may lose control entirely. The Triune, Guild, Chom, Sisterhood. Navigate unique situations with the 3 most powerful institutions in the known universe. Each has its own proper meter. Push them too far and they may push back. State gardening. Shape your nation through lore-grounded decisions. You can enact from your capital, interact with the main factions through their event-driven delegations, hiring their representatives to gain their favor or dismissing them to watch their influence collapse, and wield 10 plus unique policies that grant or strip power from the Kwisatz and the Triune. The Guild's neutrality. Spacing guilds hold absolute monopoly over space travel, no space battles during early game, not until you break their stranglehold. Hurry, you don't know what's lurking in the galaxy. Ground combat matters. Planetary defenses, HQs, defensive grids, anti-air artillery, new traits and battle orders. This is a ground war. Your pups go to war. Recruiting an army costs population. When defending armies die, pups die. Every legion you raise is lives you're spending. Armies of Dune command Fremen legions and Fedaykin death commandos against Imperial Sardaukar, Harkonnen shock troops, and more. Counter-offensive and invasion, unique Imperial counter-offensive mechanics during the Jihad, unique planetary invasion systems. Ix and Rishis, outsourced innovation, anchored to tradition, the Fremen lack technological drive. Don't expect breakthroughs on your own, but Ix and Rishis can help. Unique research contracts and funding mechanics. Shai Hulud, upcoming. Terraforming and bioengineering mechanics, not yet implemented. Then visual, all the extra little stuff. But that is what we're going to be trying to do. To see Dune. I did not. No more text. Let's go. I need to, actually, I need to get back into it. I might do that. Let's see. To next stream, so technically tomorrow night's stream, I believe I'm planning on doing Rivals, but Saturday's stream, don't think I'm doing anything, so I'll probably hop back into Dune Awakening, and I'll probably have to completely rebuild my base. I can guarantee, because I haven't logged on in months, at least a month or two by now, so I'll probably have to completely redo all of my stuff. But it'll be nice, just kind of a reset, back to zero. Still need to hit gold on Rivals. I believe in you. If you want, we can play. You can join me tomorrow. Obviously, no pressure. I'm still only gold 2 and I need to get myself pushing up. Also, I can't really see chat, so if someone says something and I don't respond, there should be for just a couple points, like an alert. That way I can see, because I can see essentially, I can see the screen and like the activity feed, but I can't see anything else unless I like turn to look. So I'm not ignoring anything. I just genuinely can't see. I'll do my best to keep looking up and looking around. But if it looks like I'm constantly like lost, it's because I probably am. Okay. Get this kind of reset. Okay. So the United Sietches of Arrakis got desert power. This is, I'm guessing, the main story that they've got set up for us. Consolidate control over the Fremen Sietches. Prepare for the Emperor's retaliation and launch a jihad that'll wipe out the galaxy. Warrior culture, Crusader spirit, of course. Fanatic spiritualist and militarist. Children of Dune. Ooh. Obviously extremely helpful for us, because we are going to be very, very dependent on the gifts of Dune. Can I even breathe properly? Not really. My nose is pretty well smashed, so I'm breathing through my mouth almost exclusively. Fortunately, I've been working on my getting breath control back, so it's not as bad as it could be. But we'll see how long it lasts before I have to take a break and take the mask off. The only reason I'm able to breathe at all is because I have folded up paper towel on certain points. Otherwise, it creates like a seal around my mouth, and I cannot breathe. It's another reason why I'm also wearing my black uh, like cover, is because it creates that extra bit of space so I can breathe a little bit. Otherwise, yeah, not great. But that's okay, as the choice I have made. It's also going to be extremely annoying to try and drink anything, because I've got gamer subs. I've also got hot tea, and I am not looking forward to trying to get that into my system later on. So that's the United Sietches of Arrakis. House Corino, Imperial House that has ruled the known universe for 10,000 years. Saddam IV commands Sardaukar, the most pure military force in existence. But they're nomadic, traditional, organic. They've got a feudal society, obviously, aristocratic elite, and they're authoritarian, spiritualist militarist. House Harkonnen. They're adaptive, quarrelsome, and organic, obviously. They're a police state with slaver skills, fanatic, authoritarian, and militarist. Not very spiritual. Then House Ikaz. This one I'm not as familiar with. A refined great house specializing in exotic poisons and trained assassins. Their elegant facade conceals lethal expertise in chemical warfare and political manipulation. So that makes sense. Ixian Confederacy. Of course, they're technocracy, vaults of knowledge, fanatic materialist, and authoritarian. That should pretty well be a theme for most, where there's not a ton of voting happening. The technological powerhouse of the known universe, operating vast subterranean research facilities. Their innovations define the limits of what technology can achieve without violating Butlerian prohibition against thinking machines. We got House Rishi. Once Ix's technological equal, now diminished, but still proud of their engineering heritage, their manufactorums produced reliable, proven technology valued for durability over innovation. another technocracy, but they have merchant guilds. And obviously, materialist and authoritarian. Spacing guilds. And all of those are. Okay, so just these. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what I thought. Again, I cannot see very well. Had to count. Okay. The Spacing Guild, the organization holding absolute monopoly over all interstellar travel. Through their prescient navigators, no ship crosses the void between stars without guild approval and payment in melange. They've got privatized exploration. For years, as civilization was told, the hyperdrive was almost finished. Patiently they waited, yet all the while, a subsidiary in charge of the project was quietly diverting the funds into their own private accounts. When the fraud was finally revealed, the corporation hastened to provide experimental exploratory vessels. And brand loyalty. Obviously, they're going to be a megacorp. Then the combined Hanet over Adventure Mercantiles. Chom. We've got trading posts and free traders. The combined Hanet over Adventure Mercantiles control most commerce in the known universe through its vast shareholder network. Every great and minor house holds directorships, making Chom both merchant, cartel, and political instrument. And finally, the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, an ancient order of women trained in superhuman abilities and genetic manipulation. Their breeding program spans millennia. Their agents whisper in every court, and their true goals remain their own. They've got Exalted Priesthood, Shadow Council, Spiritualist, Authoritarian, Xenophile. So, those are all the different factions. We're obviously going to be playing the primary faction because that's what they've got actually all set up, and it's the only one that has their own little. We're the children of Dune, okay? We're playing a Dune thing. It's happening. So we'll just leave. I guess I'll leave it captain for right now. And let's get ourselves going. I will say when I'm not talking, I can breathe better because I can use my chin to get my mask off of my nose. Still not great though.
Aliens have formed an unholy compact.
Yeah, let's see. I'm not thirsty yet. Okay. You are at the head of a religious movement with Paul Ladib Atreides as the messianic figure, threatening to sweep across the galaxy in a holy war that could claim billions of lives. You'll manage the jihad against House Carino and the great houses for control of the Imperium, while looking outward for conquest. You must also look inward to maintain high asabiya among your people. That is the shared belief, faith, and practices that act as cultural glue, keeping your tribe cohesive and united in purpose. Risk that and risk the future of humanity. There we go. You also face several external challenges from the start. Space travel remains under monopoly of the Spacing Guild, limiting your expansion options. Large-scale space warfare is non-existent, forcing you to extend the jihad primarily through ground conquest. Beyond the guild, you also must contend with the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, always plotting in shadows, and CHOAM, the corporate consortium controlling interstellar commerce. At the heart of this trade lies Thro, the most valuable substance in the known universe. Its commerce generates immeasurable wealth for those involved in it, unlocks interstellar navigation for the Guild, allows the Sisterhood to perform their rites, and extends the lifespan of the Imperial elite. Like the Fremen themselves, the entire Imperium depends critically on this substance, control of which you first need to secure. That control begins here on Arrakis, the source of Zoro production, where Muad'Dib, having unified the Fremen Sieges, must now claim the planet by defeating Raban and the Harkonnen occupation force in the first battle for Arrakis. Go to the army section in Arrakis to see the battle unfold. Okay, I'm gonna try and readjust. There we go. That's a little bit better. We'll see how long it lasts. Okay. But go to the army section in Arrakis to see the battle unfold. Oop, did not mean to unpause. Arrakis, armies. Okay. Yes, let's also. Looks like we'll completely defeat Visarban.
We have defeated a
There
heathen
we go.
invasion attempt.
The sands drink deep of Harkonnen blood. The streets of Arkeen choked by their carrion. Raban slaughtered in the process. Feast no more. Arrakis is ours, and the Fremen rejoice. The coming of Lisan al-Gaib has brought us together and sparked a sentiment of unity amongst our people. But our duty is far from done. We have news the Emperor Saddam IV is amassing his Sardaukar legions, and is expected that he'll bring Harkonnen reinforcements too. Additionally, we must assess the road production facilities and inspect the planetary stockpiles to understand what reserves Harkonnen left us behind. Okay. So coming of Lisan al-Gaib modifier, decrease crime, increase stability, amenities, and happiness, automatically settlement destination chance plus 20. Everyone's more socialistic and unity. We get 100 unity and influence. It starts Arrakis besieged. The event zero reserves happen. Okay. Closet stands empty. A few scattered barrels, half-sealed containers, dust where mountains of spice should rest. The Harkonnen shipped everything off-world rather than let it fall into our hands. Healthy stockpile distinguishes a house, and minor and great houses alike maneuver endlessly to secure their share. Although we control the source now, production means little without reserves to back it. Everyone is watching, and sooner rather than later, we'll notice how thin our stores run. We must amend this first. Let's read those reports. Okay. Make them resilient. And okay. So Sword Master, Sword Mother. High Priest, Minister of Spice. Oh wow, there's quite a few, and we've only got 5 slots? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. First and most important, High Naive, the Chief of Knives, coordinates the Council of Knives and their sieges. Okay. We've only got Stilgar. Got it. I go Reverend Mother. Our Mother. And okay. Um Go Minister of Spice. The left unlock the last one. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay. Too fair. Ooh, and then Resilient. Okay. Oh, Gurney. Okay. So each foraging hub. The Freeman identity has endured for generations, but Lisan al-Gaib's coming reinforced what was already within us. Shared belief in his prophetic mission acted as the binding force that united all tribes under his banner, transforming scattered sieges into a unified people capable of overthrowing the Harkonnen oppressors. The golden path is laid before us and requires that we maintain our Asabia. That's the one that I'm not as familiar with out of everything else. A shared purpose and cohesive identity that will keep our people united and help humanity survive. This bond transcends individual ambition and makes collective sacrifice possible. Without it, we are merely scattered tribes. With it, we become an unstoppable force. Conquering Arrakis was necessary, but our path leads further to a jihad that will spread Muad'Dib's word across the known universe. We must maintain high Asabiyah and among our people, ensuring fervent devotion to the Mahdi's teachings. If we allow heathens and heretics to weaken the unity that binds us together, our strength will crumble, and with it any hope of survival for our people or our species. Our unity is our greatest weapon. Get those cooking up. Consolidate. Consolidated speech network. Sure. The Quitzarat. The Quizarat. The Sadianas have guided Fremen spiritually. The Sayadinas have guided Fremen spiritually for centuries, preserving traditions within their sieges. This decentralized system served us well as scattered desert tribes, but it cannot maintain high Asabia across an entire planet where Fremen and Imperial subjects now live together, let alone coordinate the millions who will spread Muad'Dib's word across the known universe. Unlike the great houses, we lack the administrative machinery to govern population of this scale. We need an institution that can fulfill both functions, promoting and preserving the spiritual unity that binds us and managing the practical realities of empire. The Kizzarat will serve this purpose, a centralized religious bureaucracy that fuses political and spiritual authority under the Mahdi, transforming our faith from local tradition into an instrument of governance. The authority we grant it will determine how effectively it enforces orthodoxy, maintains asabiya, coordinates the faithful across the world, and provides the administrative structures our expanding empire requires. Without it, we fragment. With it, we endure. Okay. I guess we're going to want to. If we don't have a way of doing a temple. We've got a lot of people waiting to work. Put our mother down. Oh, I know it's not a place she wishes to be. Okay, there we go. Imperial transport ships have entered the system, disgorging regiment after regiment of Sardaukar legions. The Emperor's finest now preparing for landfall. Time is ticking. Okay. It does not look like there's anything too crazy. I'm probably gonna end up going through the psionics ascension path, preferably. We'll need the domination or immunity. Huh. I think we'll start off with supremacy. We'll see. I have no clue if that's going to be helpful. But gotta take a break from the mask for a second. Because part of the reason I got teased because I've been having like nasal issues. So you've got me sans glasses and sans mask. And that does not happen very often. Okay. Oh, now I can actually see that we are negative in food. I should have been looking at that. We do very much need another stronghold. Go with another farm. Check out our armies versus what's potentially coming in. Go defensive grid. In the event of an invasion, your commander will rely on this network of strongholds and fortresses to their advantage. Additionally, defensive batteries will be able to open fire against upcoming invaders. Nice. Let's get ourselves a temple going. We'll go the hydroponics farm. Okay. I think. Harkonnen reinforcements. Additional drop ships bearing the sigil of House Harkonnen have joined the Imperial fleet. Baron Vladimir has committed substantial forces to support the Sardaukar assault. Let them come together. They will fall together. That's right, we can. Ooh! The birth of Aaliyah. Lady Jessica has given birth to a child, a girl who has received the name Aaliyah. After only a few moments of crying, she looked with focused eyes around the birthing room, as if taking in every detail of her surroundings with an intelligence far beyond her years. With curious life, she drank the water of conception, fed to her by Hera, her godmother, accepting the sacred ritual as if she understood its profound significance. Let's see. Um, what? What do you mean we're lacking? It says 200. No, they shouldn't land. The Emperor calls it justice, the Harkonnen call it vengeance, the Guild calls it stability, but we call it theft. The theft of Zoro that comes from sacred Shai-Hulud, who shapes the desert and that shaped us, whose presence makes Arrakis itself, and without whom there would be no spice, no Fremen. Yet here they come again, sons and daughters of Dune. Here they descend to our planet, armored with arrogance, and blind to the sandstorm that will bury them. They come to take what is rightfully ours. Fight, sons and daughters of Dune. Fight, for today we destroy the Emperor's forces. Okay. Okay. The room crackles with reports. A victory in one sector, a rout in another. Aides whisper frantic logistical needs. Mentats run calculations as new data comes in, and tacticians argue over holo maps. Their voices a tense counterpoint. Choosing the wrong strategy could cost us a planet. What are your orders? um. Hmm. Battle orders: assault. Advance, defend. Entrench. Six options. Hmm. Um, I think. Hmm. Think we will defend. Okay. From defense. And advance. Okay. Do another assault. And uh-oh. Is it doing anything? Looks like we've got it. Oh, so it's okay, I get it now. So it's you can in real time kind of change how things are going. We just got to be smart. Looks like we should have this pretty well in hand. Should, oh yeah, we've got this in the bag. We'll still lose a couple, but we will handily be able to defeat them.
Council agenda.
Victory! They came in
We have defeated
formations.
a heathen invasion attempt.
They came in formations that had broken armies across 100 worlds. Sardaukar legions, the Emperor's finest, descending on Arrakis with Harkonnen reinforcements. At their flanks. They expected terror. They expected collapse. They found Fremen. The sand ran red with Imperial blood. Every siege emptied its warriors. Every rider struck with precision born of desert survival. The Sardaukar, who had never known defeat, learned it here. Their discipline meant nothing against fighters who understood this world in no way. Understood this world in ways no off-worlder could match. When the last Imperial banner fell, when the final Sardaukar commander lay dead in the sand, the truth became undeniable. We had broken the unbreakable. Arrakis is ours, secured, united. The Fremen stand as one people under Muad'Dib, and the galaxy has seen the results of that. But victory on Arrakis was never the end. It was only the beginning. Now we take arms against the aggressors and liberate the galaxy in the name of Muad'Dib. We got to take the teabag out. Let's call that jihad. We gain 300 unity, 200 influence. Event Green Paradise happens. Every war. The battle for Arrakis. Harkonnen is removed from the Battle of Arrakis.
the battle for Arrakis. House Carino is removed from the battle for Arrakis. Ikaz is removed from the battle for Arrakis. Ixing Confederacy removed. Rishis is removed. United Sieges of Arrakis is removed. United Sieges of Arrakis declares war on House Carino.
We await your orders, Lisan al-Gaib.
Oh, that's cool. And so it begins. The Fremen were promised green paradise. Worlds where water falls from the sky. Oh, this is... That was cool. I didn't know that was going to be in there. The Fremen were promised green paradise. Worlds where water falls from the sky. That promise will be kept. The Jihad has momentum now. Faith and conviction that cannot be contained. Every world will learn what the Sardaukar learned. Though the path forward requires more than battle-won conviction. A delegation composed by Bene Gesserit sisters, guild navigators, and Chom representatives is on its way. They have come to negotiate terms. The Jihad may burn across the stars, but it burns on fuel these factions control, such as interstellar transport or trade. Before the Holy War can truly begin, we must secure what only they can provide. We shall wait for their arrival. This enmity wouldn't have done too much. I guess a lot of this is built. A lot of this is still obviously an early creation. Maybe adaptability will be next. We'll go this one, this one. Skirmisher, or like offensive expert. We'll get the last slot opened up. Triune delegation. The Imperium of the known universe exists as a complex weave of weights and counterweights, checks and balances that constrain authority. No single faction dominates absolutely, not even the Emperor, whose political power is checked by that of the Lancerat. Each constrains the other through mutual dependence and shared interest in stability, ensuring a fragile but effective truth that is held for millennia. The Space-Seeing Guild controls all interstellar travel, and without their navigators, no trade or army can cross the void between stars. Chom's commercial networks span every world, and without access to their infrastructure, even Arrakis' wealth remains locked away from the markets that give it value. The Bene Gesserit have finally achieved the coming of their long-pursued Kwisatz Haderach. Unfortunately for them, we are not theirs to command. Despite that, their spider web runs deep across the Empire, and they are a dangerous adversary. The truth is, our recently gained ability renders the Sisterhood useless to us, making them the weakest link and a nuisance. But even weakened, they are still dangerous, and moving against them will require precision. In fact, we could aim to destroy these factions outright, but a direct attack on any one would cause the other two to rebel out of self-preservation. Furthermore, We are in absolute need of the guild and Chom, so if we want to dismantle them, we need to erode their power gradually through skilled diplomacy and governance. I guess we'll talk to the Spacing Guild first. The Butlerian Jihad against Thinking Machine shattered humanity's ability to traverse the stars safely. Without their ability to calculate navigation, space travel became a lottery of death. Ships vanished into the void, entire fleets miscalculated and burned in stellar coronas. Commerce collapsed, worlds went silent. For generations, humanity endured a dark age of isolation, each planet a prison unto itself, cut off from the civilization that had once spanned galaxies. Salvation had come through the marriage of two technologies. The Holtzman engine could fold space, but folding space blind meant annihilation. Guild navigators transformed both physically and mentally by massive spice consumption into prescient beings, could see the safe paths through folded space that regular pilots could not. Together, these innovations restored interstellar travel and reconnected humanity. Their impact was so profound that the imperial calendar itself restarted at their founding. All history is now reckoned AG after Guild. They became the foundation upon which it stands. This makes them arguably the most powerful faction in the known universe and simultaneously the most vulnerable. The Spacing Guild's navigators consume spice in quantities that dwarf all other users. Without Zero, their prescience fades. Without prescience, navigation becomes impossible. Without navigation, the Imperium fragments back into isolated darkness. That dependence is both their strength and their greatest weakness. Negotiate their neutrality. Guild envoys enter without ceremony, anger and haste in their strides towards us. We have received your request, Atreides. Begin the taller one before they even reach us. The guild does not recognize your authority and does not take your orders. He doesn't wait for a response. We control every ship that enters or leaves this system, every troop transport that could threaten your position, every cargo vessel that could supply your forces. The message resonates in the hall as he lets the weight of their statement settle. His posture shifts slightly, the edge in his voice slightly softer. The guild has proudly maintained neutrality for millennia. We are not willing to change that today. But understand this, neutrality has a price. The second envoy produces a data slate. 5 units of Zero monthly, delivered directly to guild facilities. This sustains our navigators and guarantees our neutrality. Your forces receive the same transport priority as any other faction. No preferential treatment. Additionally, the first continues, current instability on Arrakis creates significant navigational complications. Increased risk, increased costs. We require a 70% fee on all commercial goods entering or leaving your markets. Standard rates resume when production stabilizes. His expression remains hard. These are our terms. Sweeten the deal. Let's see. How much Zero do we have? We've got enough. Get 60. We'll sweeten the deal with them.
Granted us new wisdom.
Now have the Holtzman engine. The Holtzman engine folds space for instantaneous travel. Such a journey is a blind, suicidal leap, but guild navigators can see the safe path saturated with Zero. Their minds gain the limited prescience needed to guide a ship through the chaos, tying the fate of the galaxy to the flow of the Zero. Okay. Now, let's talk to the Chom representative. The Combine Hunnet Albor Avancer Mercantiles stands as the most powerful commercial entity in the known universe. CHOAM's absolute monopoly on interstellar trade extends across every inhabited world, controlling the flow of goods through a vast network of distribution centers, shipping contracts, and trade agreements that binds the Imperium together. At the heart of their power lies the spice, the single most valuable commodity in existence, and CHOAM's charter grants them exclusive rights to its distribution. Every faction depends on them, every great house holds shares in their enterprise, and the Emperor himself is their largest shareholder. Their power is not that of armies or prescience, but of financial might, the lifeblood that sustains civilizations across the stars. The CHOAM delegation arrives in garments that speak of centuries of accumulated wealth, rich fabrics, subtle symbols of their charter, ornaments that cost more than entire planetary economies. Every clothing choice a deliberate one, which, they hope, can make an impression on us. However, there is no secret to the cards we both hold. We are in control of the only source of Zero production, and in the known universe, they still control distribution and the channels through which that wealth must pass. Neither of us can function without the other, and they know it as well as we do. The question is, who will extract better terms from this mutual dependence? Paul Atreides. Paul Atreides, the lead delegate, inclines his head with precise calculation. CHOAM congratulates the Fremen on their recent transition of authority on Arrakis. We recognize the circumstances have changed, and commerce must adapt to new realities. He adjusts his sleeve with deliberate care. You will understand, of course, that access to interstellar markets is a matter of interest to parties beyond CHOAM itself. Our shareholders take a particular view of stability in this regard. Even the Emperor, the great house's power with whom you find yourself presently at conflict, lest we forget. Yet, despite such complications, commerce must flow. Trade cannot pause for politics. We find ourselves in the fortunate position of speaking not merely for the Combine, but for the collective commercial interests of the Imperium. A useful alignment in uncertain times. We trust you'll agree. Now that we have properly exchanged our courtesies, he says, producing a data slate with practiced efficiency, considering the current instability and associated risks, we propose a special transaction fee of 70%, in addition to the standard market fee of 30%, of course, on all goods bought or sold through CHOAM channels. This reflects the current market conditions and compensates for the substantial risks our network assumes. He meets your gaze directly. We believe this arrangement serves everyone's interests. Naturally, we are open to discussion. How much are we sitting on? We'll sweeten the deal. The lead delegate reviews the data slate with evident satisfaction. The transaction fee arrangement is acceptable. We are pleased to reach this understanding. However, there remains a more critical matter, the spice itself. CHOAM has maintained a presence on Arrakis for millennia, he continues. We assess galactic demand, establish pricing standards, coordinate distribution across thousands of worlds. Without our brokers and traders operating on Arrakis itself, we wouldn't have the data required to evaluate, price, and orchestrate off-world trading. This presence is not a request, it is a requirement for functional commerce. The second delegate adds smoothly. We require formal establishment of a CHOAM charter on Arrakis. A permanent commercial office with authority to monitor and price all off-world Zero transactions. This is standard procedure for any commodity of strategic importance. As for pricing, the first continues, current market assessments suggest significantly reduced valuations. There are rumors of synthetic alternatives in development, unconfirmed naturally, but such speculation affects pricing nonetheless. Given these market pressures and the current uncertainty surrounding Arrakis production, We propose an exchange rate of 1 to 7. 7 salaries per unit of spice, exported through Chom channels. He meets your gaze with calculated precision. A fair trade under challenging circumstances, we believe. We're gonna pressure him. The Imperium of the known universe exists. Alright, that's... Now time to talk to the Bene Gesserit. Let's see what they've got for us. Guys, Helen Moham. It's probably... yeah. The Bene Gesserit have worked for 90 generations toward a single goal. The Kwisatz Haderach. A male Bene Gesserit who could bridge space and time with his prescience. Through careful manipulation of bloodlines and dynasties across the Imperium, through marriages arranged and children conceived according to their exacting specifications, they have guided humanity towards this culmination. They have succeeded. And they have succeeded. The Kwisatz Haderach stands before them, but he will not be theirs to control. Paul raises his voice. Observe her! Observe her, comrades! This is the Bene Gesserit's Reverend Mother. Patient in a patient cause. She could wait with her sisters 90 generations for the proper combination of genes and environment to produce the one person their schemes require. Observe her! She knows now that the 90 generations have produced that person. Here I stand, but I will never do her bidding. Jessica! The old woman screamed, Silence him! Silence him yourself, Jessica said. Paul glared at the old woman. For your part in all of this, I could gladly have you strangled, he said. You couldn't prevent it. You couldn't prevent it, he snapped as he stiffened in rage. But I think it better punishment that you live out your years never able to touch me or bend me to a single thing your scheming desires. Jessica, what have you done? The old woman demanded. I'll give you only one thing, Paul said. You think you can control human breeding and intermix a select few according to your master plan? How little you understand of what... You mustn't speak of these things, the old woman hissed. We're going to argue. Reverend Mother, he began, keeping your voice measured. Your order has worked for generations to produce me. You succeeded beyond your expectations. I am everything your breeding program promised and more. But there is one thing you failed to account for in all your careful genetic manipulations. The old woman's eyes narrow. What is that? That I would be able to see through every scheme, every manipulation, every carefully laid plan. I know what you are. I know what you want. And I know you will never have it. The Sisterhood's influence reaches deep into Imperial governance through two primary channels. Their Missionaria Protectiva has planted religious narratives across countless worlds, preparing populations for manipulation. Their advisors sit beside rulers throughout the known universe, whispering counsel that serves the Sisterhood's agenda. These arrangements were made long before our uprising, but they need not continue unchanged. We will review these policies and determine what role, if any, the Bene Gesserit will play in our empire. Let's talk about the Missionaria Protectiva. The Missionaria Protectiva represents centuries of Bene Gesserit infiltration. Their agents have seeded countless worlds with superstitions designed to protect Sisterhood operatives, planting legends that cast them as holy figures rather than foreign manipulators. Every myth they spread serves the Sisterhood's agenda first, creating networks of influence that answer to them, not to any legitimate authority. We could tolerate their continued presence, allowing them to maintain their web of planted narratives across the Imperium. It would cost us nothing, but leaves their infrastructure intact. Alternatively, we could dismantle their operation entirely, transferring religious indoctrination to the Kuizarat, where it serves our purpose rather than theirs. Or we could reject organized manipulation altogether, limiting both their influence and the apparatus they built. Each choice requires a different expenditure of political capital to enforce. Gonna transfer to the Kuizarat. Man, give me a second. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna see. I think I still have some Mucinex. I've got just all sorts of stuff in my head. Let's go. Still have a couple Mucinex left. Hopefully that'll help. Forgot how bad that is. I also have absolutely no tissue in here, so that's gonna suck about 30 to 45 minutes when everything kicks in. But you. Okay. Reverend Mother, you begin, keeping your voice measured. Your order has worked for generations to produce me. You succeeded beyond your expectations. I am everything your breeding program promised and more. But there is one thing you have failed to account for in all your careful genetic manipulation. The old woman's eyes narrow. What is that? That I would be able to see through every scheme, every manipulation, every carefully laid plan. I know what you are, I know what you want, and I know you will never have it. Sister, what? Didn't we already do this? Oh, it's... Okay. The Bene Gesserit have embedded their sisters in courts throughout the Imperium as advisors and truthsayers. They claim to serve the rulers they counsel, but their actual loyalty belongs to the Sisterhood's breeding schemes and long-term manipulation. Every whispered suggestion, every detected lie, every diplomatic maneuver serves purposes we cannot see and did not authorize. Their presence means decisions are influenced by agendas that run counter to our own. We could leave them in place. Accepting their continued presence in positions of influence costs nothing, but allows them to maintain their grip on imperial politics. We could replace them with Kuizarat clerics, whose loyalty is unquestionable, though displacing entrenched sisterhood advisors requires significant political effort. The question is whether removing their access to power is worth the cost of doing it. Transfer their competencies. Okay, I think. There we go. That's the beginnings. About to upgrade. Wax seals and ledgers thick as knives. Chom asks for a permanent commercial delegation in Arakin to stabilize markets and audit spice accounts. They want eyes on shipments, pricing power, and a hand on our reserves. If we deny their request, however, they have expressed that unfortunately they would have to make some adjustments to our trading fees. We'll grant it for now. We have no other choice. Yes, I'll be out of 0 in 12 months, I know. Go mining rush. Ah, I'll not be able to buy it. Sisterhood Truthsayer Mission House. Black-robed envoys bow with measured words. The Bene Gesserit request a walled Truthsayer Mission House on Arrakis to uphold justice and school acolytes. Their likely aim is to regain court influence, test our officials, and steer a succession of bloodlines. Grant this, and they gain a permanent foothold from which to undermine us. Refuse, and they'll resort to covert operations, temporary disruptions we can weather until we discover their agents or they withdraw. We're gonna say no. Make them general. 8 months. Fix the ruined district. Let's see if we fall before we even get started. Sealed cylinder and guild cipher arrives from Junction. The Spacing Guild petitions for an embassy in Arakin to supervise lanes and spice logistics. In truth, they seek leverage over melange flow and a steersman's vantage within our court. So I'll have to accept that one as well. No, 4 months. Um, 240 days. What? There we go. I don't know why it was like, oh yes, you have a bunch of people that aren't working right now. That's clearly what you want. Leia's coming of age. 2 years have passed since Aaliyah's birth, yet she displays wisdom and awareness that unsettles even the most experienced Fremen. Her piercing gaze seems to hold knowledge accumulated over lifetimes, and her words carry weight beyond her tender age. The elders whisper among themselves, "This child possesses a prescience that commands respect and perhaps caution." She moves through the siege with the confidence of one who has already seen much of what life has to offer. Her small form carrying itself with a poise that speaks of inner strength and dangerous potential. She grows in ways both wondrous and concerning. Make her even more gifted. Hmm. Got most things set. Nearly got the destruction finished. Hmm. Really, actually, I'm gonna save real quick just because I'm not sure. Oh.
Spaceborne creature encountered.
Hmm. We're on with the Cosmos, I guess. What do we got? Lord of War. Technological Ascendancy. Executive. I think we might do Executive Vigor. Share Destiny. Hmm. Goals of Nation as people are one. Mastery of Nature. We'll start off with one vision. Interesting. Let's get ourselves started. Hmm. What? As our troops make contact with the Harkonnen occupying forces, we receive news that several Atreides loyalist units have been organized. This includes troops, guerrilla fighters, and all sorts of people willing to take up arms against the oppressors and avenge the death of Duke Leto the First. Welcome them to our ranks. Oh, pause. So we'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Let's take a look. So watch. I think we should be fine. Sad that we're causing devastation, but we should be good. There we go. We've done it. We've reclaimed our homeworld. The Caladan in Caladan, they breathe air thick with water. Rain, they called it, and came upon an endless body of water stretching to the horizon, the sea. They walked its shores in awe, wonder, and terror. To the Fremen, it was an alien paradise defying belief, as if every dune had been drowned and made endless. To Paul, Lady Jessica, Gurney, and the remaining Atreides, Caladan was once home. Now, after long years, this wet wonder planet of Caladan has returned to Atreides rule, with the Harkonnen forces defeated and Caledanian and Caladan under our control. We must decide the fate of the Atreides loyalists and the population of Caladan that suffered under Baron Vladimir's cruel rule. Many have remained faithful to Duke Leto's memory and could prove valuable allies in our holy war. Now Muad'Dib's birthplace awaits judgment. We'll stand alone. Let's see. Grant full rights. Trying command. What? What failed Atreides loyalists? Okay. So now, theory, we can refocus here. And be okay. Mm. 65. It's a base. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So we'll hold for a moment. Security prime, like, yeah, there's no shot we're going over there anytime soon.
Blocker cleared.
What's Ikaz looking like? Okay. Show market assessment. Combine on it Ober Advancer. Mercantiles has reassessed Galactic Zero market conditions, adjusting exchange rates accordingly. Okay. Actually, Lady Jessica here. Aaliyah here. Get our temple building. We need 400. Buy. Actually, no. We'll put it here. Let's go. Okay. Leave adaptability. Can be our next.
Available.
How much is this really? 1.6. We're gonna go ahead and just put ourselves back. That's what we know of. Do not know of a way of getting over here. We'll go after Gaiety Prime soon. I will say they did a really good job of getting the models. Like, they spot on from, at least from the show. Increase stability. Before I believe is still, yeah. Still has no true job. How are we looking here? 107, okay. We've nearly completed Aaliyah's temple. Even got a little bit of science happening somehow. Interesting.
Construction complete.
So automatic resettlement chance isn't greatly increased. Okay, got ourselves positive. Leave that as is for now. Increase habitability. What are you looking in here? Get this cleaning. Go ahead. Ooh, that's 1,000 each. Okay. Well, from here. We'll do the mining district first because the ruined district isn't doing anything too crazy.
Situation log
It's good.
updated.
Mostly because we don't actually do anything with that. We'll throw Hangar Bay, a trade hub, and then we're gonna add a hydroponics bay because we need all the food we can get. Okay. Currently emboldened. Or weakened. Reserve stockpile isn't great, but we can get it. We can get it up.
An
Sure.
alien
Easy
empire
prey.
now
Why not?
speaks to us in the language of the divine.
Are we sitting at 1.6? Let's go ahead. Adaptive ecology. At 2,000.
Blocker cleared.
$19.53, you say? Mm-hmm. Sell 1,000. We can buy 1,000. And then get 2 building. Honestly, what I would have liked to have preferred to switch that to instead of archives would have been, was it the spiritual enclave? But it is what it is. We're also going to see the skull tomb.
Construction complete.
Actually, that's okay for right now. We're gonna do the medical center. Come back into here. Can't do anything actually. Never mind. Oh, it's for me. Comet sighting. Okay, that's just base game. Let's get ourselves here. Can't do espionage. Gotcha. The one. One more and we'll see. Rally it. Principled or fertility? Oh, increase food. We got food production going, right? Yes. Okay. And building and district. Perfect. That means it should decrease. What? Should go in the other direction. Okay. Anyways, we've got food. Yeah. Right now. Go ahead and throw 2 on each. Just because there's currently nothing else for them to do, and yeah, give us that little bit of time. Our Fremen are having issues. There we go.
Council
Yeah, we don't need
ready.
it. Okay. Display power, fire purpose. This going. Veneration of Saints. We'll do mining subsidies. All right. Acknowledged. Our sister in here. And the trade going. There's no galactic market or galactic trade or anything, so don't have to worry about that. Paul's Dream. Banger song. Still nothing. Forgot I don't have a head of research. Because without it, nothing can be done. That's okay. Hmm. Got 2K. Wrong button. Plus ECAS. No, not enough. What am I... What am I short on? Do I not have the 0? I have the 0 for it. Oh, right, I can only have up to 5. So Fremen is 4.6. Atreides is also 4.6. Well, you know what? Let me... Oh, there we go. One more civilian industry. And then... Seven. Looking for things to do. Need 600 for the skull tomb. What we'll do then... Get this going. That's already going. And you know what we'll do both. There's already one here. We do need, but not off the bat. Are there 4 that have nothing to do? And then from here we'll go... Guess we could... Now we're on... Do Mastery of Nature, maybe? Research alpha times 4. Let me grasp the void. Enigmatic engineering. Not helpful. Okay. Nothing tech related. What? Imperial prerogative. May as well. So we're sitting at 3K. Kaz will be our next place to take. Looks like they've got, what, 24? About 2,400. No, 26. So, ooh. An orange-robed attendant walked at the right front corner of the guild ambassador's troop, like a military outrider. A flat face beneath curly black hair, such of his figure as could be seen beneath the orange robe. Every gesture shouted a familiar identity. It was Duncan, Idaho. It could not be Duncan, Idaho, yet it was. Thlaxo creation. A Gola, flesh grown from a dead man's cells, remade to wear his face, voice, habits, perhaps even his memories. A gift promising loyalty, yet barbed with hidden purpose. Accept this gift. Defensive planner. Defensive expert. And there. And now I'm gonna put right Hmm. I'm here for now. Not quite ready. Go ahead. Get 10 of them going. And once that's set up and ready, that's when we'll go. One in general's depleting, but everything else is increasing. So forgot to turn off the storms. So now we can't see. Dang it. I should have turned off galactic storms. That's on me. There we are. We're looking pretty good. So Thufir is still the only one, but assuming we take Ikaz, we'll put Thufir there. That shall be our plan. I do wonder what this Highliner is doing. Because there's 10 legions in there. And we do not want to deal with them. There's also not a ton we can really do. We'll go... We go Domination... Harmony... Unyielding.
Council agenda available.
We'll go Domination. What I may do is swap out Reverend Mother, but we don't have any scientists, do we? Yeah. We'll hold off on it. For thematic reasons. Okay. Lady Jessica, personal development. Lady Jessica has embarked on a journey of self-discovery and personal development. Her mental capabilities have reached new heights as a result of her focused study, hard work, and introspection. Now Lady Jessica is determined to push the boundaries of what is possible and inspire others to reach out to the stars. Damn. Industrialist. advisor, and investor. Okay. And that one will be at 4.5, and that'll be enough for us to take out because much longer? 55 more years. God damn. I'm still annoyed that I forgot to turn off Galactic Storms. Okay. We've got it.
Our
What? What? Stilgar has been cut down by assassins while fighting on Ikaz. While the fighting on Ikaz rages. House Ikaz, hardened by decades of clandestine war with House Mauritani, has refined the use of assassins to discipline as honed as its armies. The strike was swift, silent, and precise. A reminder that in Ikaz, a blade in the dark can be as decisive as any host of soldiers. Damn. Well, there's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do but fight and hope for the best. Acknowledge. Hmm. Make them resilient. We have the planets. We'll go higher purpose. We'll get this finished here in just a moment.
Our champions have secured a heathen planet.
Mm-hmm. So, well, first things first. Hmm? I guess he's will be the lead, I guess. We'll start getting that set up. And shouldn't really need amenity changes. Decaz Legion. Done. Okay. Hey, it's moved. Let's see how much. About 45. Okay. Get you back. I do wonder, what's the ECAS? Is the ECAS Legion similar? Okay, it is. There we are. That way, you're not over the cap anywhere. Perfect. Working on getting those all built up. And from in legions. Not yet. Okay. Now we'll do this, then we'll go here. Right, we do need stronghold.
Construction complete.
Go trade. We'll do solar panels. And we'll do hydroponics. Or trade. Okay. Intelligence assessment, Imperial mobilization. What began as scattered reports, supply convoys, orbital traffic, anomalies, unusual fleet concentrations, has resolved into a clearer picture. Intelligence confirms the Emperor is mounting a counteroffensive. Current estimates place enemy strength at 20 to 50 legions, primarily Sardaukar units, staging from Imperial facilities. Reconnaissance has identified probable target designations matching our current territorial gains. Final preparations appear underway. Command projects enemy arrival within 6 to 12 months, though guild cooperation or intelligence operations could extend that window. Defense coordinators are flagging garrison shortfalls and fortification gaps across target worlds. Look for Imperial target planet modifier in your plans to see which planets are under threat. Okay. Wow. Okay, they're not planning on going to Caladan. They are planning on going to Ikaz. We've got about a month. Or not a month. About a year. So a year and 6 months. But I think I'll do... Hmm. Hmm. It's the empty leader slot. Currently doing nothing. Right, so now. Journey. You're here. Okay. And he'll be up to 5K. Go ahead, build a second on Ikaz. And then do that. And hopefully that'll help things. They're all waiting on things to do. Okay. Begin to scatter reports. Okay. Still targeted. Not surprising that they've been added. And okay. They're now targeting all of the planets. And the hope and plan is that we will be able to capture Gaiety Prime. Get ourselves over. Mountain in the sky. Severe gravity storm. Any transfers done. Polar gravitation. Atmosphere held aloft. Interesting. Ooh, a new first contact. Hopefully, nothing too bad. Nothing too crazy.
Our
Okay. We'll watch this closely.
construction complete.
Good. We're pushing it down, pushing it down. Okay. The guild maintains that we must sign this treaty without knowing the precise location of the Tupal Inte, Stilgar said. They have some support from Montserrat delegates. We tread with caution, Paul said. Tupal remains the place of sanctuary for defeated great houses. It symbolizes a last resort, a final place of safety for all our subjects. Exposing the sanctuary makes it vulnerable. If they can hide people, they can hide other things, Stilgar rumbles. army, perhaps? If we refuse to sign the treaty, they threaten to increase transport fees. We also must reveal the location of the turnpile, then sign the treaty. Aha.
En evalueerdam.
We now know where it is at.
En evalueerdam.
Let's get this going. And we're going to try and improve relations.
En evalueerdam.
Okay, anyways. Back to it. Good. We've established our spy network. We are... What? Here. I think we may just end up having to do it regularly. But we should have the Harkonnen.
Situation log updated.
Yes! We've done it. Industrial world of Giedi Prime. During their centuries of stewardship of Giedi on Giedi Prime, the Harkonnen had made a habit of wringing the land for all it was worth. It was their right, no, their duty, to exploit this world for whatever it could give, and to move the villages to new land and new pickings. The result, a dark, barren planet covered in brutalist buildings, factories, industrial plants, and a heavy layer of pollution that obscure the sunlight, rendering everything with an odd color. A costly victory, yes, but the Harkonnen traitors have finally met their fate. Baron Vladimir's repugnant body, along with the remnants of his coven, was dragged through the streets by our legions in parade, a fitting end to his tyranny. Butcher's knife. Up to 25 pops will be purged as the Fremen legions exact their terrible vengeance, while survivors are converted at sword point to spiritualist and fanatic spiritualist beliefs. Giedi Prime gains modifier aggressive religious conversion. Surgeon's Blade. 15 are purged, while others adopt as controlled retribution is meted out, while others adopt spiritualist fanatics and fanatic spiritualist beliefs under great threat. Giedi Prime gains the modifier passive religious conversion. Turn wrath to mercy. Do Butcher's Knife. And then we do need 600. Okay. We need to get that temple going. Repair the district. And the nice thing is, is not currently world set to be attacked. Okay, I think what we'll do... 11... Got 8... Got 13. So what I'll do... Gurney will swap to here. Land there. That way, Arrakis will be very well defended. Still working there.
En övergördam.
They're suspicious of us. That's okay. Go ahead and gather intel here. Let me guess. Designated Imperial target. Yep. But the hope is that they should be able to get themselves up. Still nothing, okay. Any policies to add? No. Okay. We are doing about as good as can be hoped. Okay. Back here. It has... Where are you looking? Okay. Got 2 going there. Come back here. 1 more. I think we're doing pretty good. We can force them into a status quo, which we do not want to do. Right now, we're waiting and rebuilding.
Blockers cleared.
Knowledge. We're now losing money. KD Prime.
Council agenda ready.
Here.
An
Venerable.
alien empire now speaks to us in the language of the divine.
Civilian industry. So what I'll do is I'll then move things over. Assuming that they're needed. Yeah. So what I'd like to do, got a civilian industry over here, then swap this out for medical building. Yes, success. Go offensive planner. And anything else going on right now? Doesn't look like it. We're not doing anything tech-wise. Oh. Muad'Dib will not be leaving. That would have been very foolish. Could have completely destroyed all of our stuff. Mm-hmm. Got stronger. Nice. That was good.
En evalueerdam.
Hmm. Okay, let's get ourselves going with it. Economy. Now, why are we in the negative? Let's replace you with... you. Okay. So let's speed things up a bit. All I know is we will not lose Arrakis. They'll be hard pressed to take any of the others. I think. Actually, okay. So I could make a third, but that'd be unnecessary. Got a bunch that we can't utilize anyways. Okay. And let's review those reports, see where they're going to be coming from. Is it mind over matter? Biomorphosis, let's just be, yeah. We're going mind over matter. There we go. Okay. Straight unattended hops to populate worlds. There we go. So now more people. Do I have enough? I do, so I will. And we need, what, 53 more? We'll have 500 more. Get this going. We're short on food. You know what? Give Gurney some assistance on defense. Okay. You know what? Let's get a little bit more. That way. What do we not have? Interesting. Very interesting. What's it look like on Kaitan? 75k. Oh, good lord. Pfizer. Let's go. Aptitude. Harmony, statecraft. Need psionics. It's not happening anytime soon. I don't know why I wasted my ascension perk already. Let's go
Council
aptitude.
agenda available.
Okay. We're at 5k. Need to be much higher.
Council agenda ready.
Two Fremen legions. Atreides. Because remove everyone here. It's going to be going as fast as possible. Here we go. We're just gonna start spamming it. See if we can't just get that research without actually having to do anything. Okay. Oh, we're maxed out on influence. It's, don't really have too much to do with it. Where is contacts? We're with all of them. View the reports. What are we sitting at now? 6, almost 7K. And need 75. But assuming we can take that one, just push down. Can auto-resolve force peace, but I think my plan is to finish taking that is the downside. Battery cost. Sure. But we've got plenty of food. We're at 7K. We'll wait for it. Okay. 7.6. Not quite. Oh. Quite interesting. We've nearly maxed out our military maxes.
Council agenda ready.
Military pieces. More unity. More unity. We're gonna be flying through. Let's go in. Okay. Who needs food anyways, right? Envoy from the Archduke of Ikaz. An envoy has arrived from Armand Ikaz, Archduke of House Ikaz, and Earl of his namesake world. My lord, they acknowledge the strength of Muad'Dib's legion and declare that House Carino has forfeit its legitimacy by abusing Kenley for its own ends. Their terms are deliberately vague, but they signal a willingness to partner with us against House Carino. They pledge some of their battle-hardened legions, veterans of the War of Assassins, against House Mauritani, provided they are allowed to retain their systems. Great resistance to the Archduke. They accept the Khazad to oversee the administration. External policy. I'm a zealous crusader for not. Only if they raise Muad'Dib's faith. They must. Yes. Let history record. Let history record that on this day, the governments of the United Sieges of Arrakis and the Ikaz signed a treaty of federation. As founding members of the Interstellar Assembly, they will now face future as firm allies. This new galactic union will serve as a shining example to the rest of the galaxy of all that can be accomplished by working together. A new era of interstellar diplomacy has begun.
Spaceborne creature encountered.
Land. Armies, please. I think that might have been a glitch. Almost positive that was a glitch. Let's get back up here. Armies. Assault. We must win. We cannot win. Shall be issues. Keep it going. Those look like we cut out from under them pretty quickly. Come on. Come on, Duncan. Go even less leader upkeep. Come on. We must take Catan. We can take Kaitan, and we can win. Right. Interesting. Send them. Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. In the bag. Now, ton of devastation, don't get me wrong. This world is downright devastated.
Our champions have secured a heathen planet.
Okay. Kaitan, seat of power. The Emperor stands, ringed by Sardaukar, last dance beneath the lights of the Opal Palace. Beyond the colonnades lies Corinth City, capital of Kaitan. Its imperial boulevard lined with the statues of Corino emperors. This world of ceremony and old privilege has served as the Imperium's heart since the court left Cilicia and Cundus. Now the throne waits on our word. Exile the Emperor to Cilicia Cundus with token Sardaukar Guard and transfer every other Karina system to your control. Paul weds Princess Irlan in an imperial marriage and proclaims a new empire. Citizenship is extended to all imperial subjects of the old regime, excluding the Harkonnen population, which remains confined to designated territories under martial law. Delegations from the great houses converge to pledge their fealty to the new imperial order. A transformed imperial administration takes shape on Kaitan, replacing the old bureaucracy with the Kwisatz. Chinese Imperium modifier added. Attraction. Prison. Her and his family are cast into obscurity. Their reign ends in silence. Muad'Dib proclaims the Fremen Empire, marrying Chani and keeping only the Fremen as full citizens. The Kwisatz establish themselves in Katan to convert the heretics forcefully, while House Grena fades into captivity. We await upcoming messages from the remaining great houses. Decreases that, does. Ritual ethics increase significantly. A civic imperial cult and environmentalist. Okay. Or just keep the jihad going. Change that, change there. Yes, yeah, we'll exile. Unite the Empire. Dawn.
A sacred covenant has been forged.
Dawn of the Atreides Imperium. The Opal Palace blazes with 1,000 lights as representatives of the great houses gather in the Hall of Oratory. Banners of House Atreides hang alongside the ancient imperial regalia, while Sardaukar in ceremonial dress stand witness to history's turning. Princess Irlan, resplendent in cloth of gold, approaches the throne with measured dignity. No trembling bride, but a daughter of emperors who understands her role in this grand theater. The ceremony unfolds with deliberate majesty, ancient words spoken, rings exchanged, and the imperial crown placed upon Paul's brow. Yet all present know this spectacle serves a greater purpose. Great and minor houses from across the Imperium have gathered in the Hall of Oratory. Their attendance itself a testament to the new order's legitimacy. All the final proclamations echo through Corinth City's boulevards. A new age begins, the Carino Imperium, 10,000 years in the making, passed into history. In its place rises something unprecedented, the Atreides Imperium, forged in Arakeen spice and tempered by desert fury. And the Sildoran Stellar Union has contacted us. Spirits do not look favorably. Partisan troop. Okay, I think that essentially means that we've done active civics. Hmm? Okay, so let's see. We'll do High Naib. We'll do High Priest. We'll do Swordmaster, I think. Master of Spice. Reverend Mother. Predict fun plus 10. Think we'll do. Okay, so our High Naib. Go. High. Right. And then Irulan. Go Resilient. I think Dreaded or Hardy. Heavy hitter? We'll go Hardy.
and evaluate them.
Still not thrilled with us, but they're also suspicious. Improving the relations. Technocratic Council of Ix concedes. The Ixian Confederacy acknowledges Atreides' authority and formally requests recognition of the Ixian Confederacy, the autonomous industrial zones governing their subterranean research complexes since the Carino area. As proof of good faith, they offer immediate access to their development infrastructure, advanced shielding, propulsion, refinement, precision instrumentation, the technological edge that defines power in the known universe. The Council's terms are transactional and professional, with no pretense of sentiment. Merchant guilds. Let's just remove from our dues. No. We
An
must
alien
embrace the faith.
empire now speaks to us in the language of the divine.
Hmm. House Rishi. Um, sure. What? Topel fell 6 days ago. Our forces secured the last sanctuary complex this morning. The ancient refuge where exiled houses gather for protection is now under occupation. Its neutrality ended, its purpose extinct. The revolt collapsed systematically. Houses that joined the rebellion to protect their chom revenues found themselves defending worlds with depleted treasuries and exhausted populations. Former allies who chose profit over loyalty learned the price of that choice. One by one, their systems fell, their fleets scattered, their resistance broken, not through grand battles, but through grinding attrition and economic strangulation. Chom's commercial empire required stability, established roots, and predictable profit structures. We denied them all three. Trade networks disrupted, supply chains seized, directorship assessed, directorship assets frozen across imperial space. The combined Hunnet over advancer mercantiles that coordinated commerce for 10,000 years found its authority dissolved, its monopoly shattered, its shareholder houses either occupied or capitulating. What remains of Chom operates at our own sufferance. The cartel that once dictated terms to emperors now petitions for permission to function. Their ledgers belong to us. Their warehouses fly imperial banners. The great commercial monopoly is dead. We broke them. Okay.
Eos I outer.
I do not care. Select a leader. Erlan is currently not doing anything else. Oscarino is pushed back.
En evalueerde. En evalueerde.
Seat of power. With the fall of the Corino dynasty, the question of where to establish our imperial court weighs heavily upon the throne. For over 10 millennia, Kaitan has served as the beating heart of the known universe. Its opal palace, with it witness to countless generations of imperial rule. The great houses expect tradition to be maintained, and choosing the ancient capital would ensure their continued cooperation and stability within our realm. Yet it was the desert power of Arrakis that delivered us victory, the Fremen who fought in our name, the spice that flows through our veins, the deep desert that taught us the way. Many naibs whisper that the true seat of power should rest where power was born, among the dunes that shaped our destiny. Such a choice would honor our Fremen allies, but may spark resentment among the noble houses who view Dune as a barbarous backwater. There remains a third path, the maintenance of dual courts, an itinerant rule that honors both tradition and revolution. Yet the costs of such an endeavor would be astronomical, requiring constant movement of bureaucracies, nobles, and the machinery of government between two worlds. The question remains, where shall the new imperium plant its roots? Let's see. Both worlds, peace factions, tremendous cost of maintaining two complete courts may strain even our vast resources. Let's see. This world. Well, we're gonna do dual quartz. Acknowledged. Biomass dispatch is late, but no, you are not the spaceborne organics. Yes, long founder, humans. This spaceborne. Either shipping or long. Don't matter. Where are they? Way over there, huh? No. You're... Yes. Should have known.
Council agenda available.
Laws. Diplomatic wait. Okay.
Gana disponar.
Trade, information, resources.
Gana disponar.
Mikon derena, please. Mikon derena.
Hmm. Ah. Think, right? That's what we need to do. Chone. Okay, not sure I understand that part of it.
Gana
Yeah,
disponar.
you know what? Or
Gana disponar.
see if they have any other communications that we don't. Mm-hmm.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Ooh. Guess we'll go critical freedom. There we go. Get each going by bits.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Okay.
Gana disponar. Gana disponar.
Let's try this again.
Mikon
Also,
derena, please.
make a similar trade here.
Mikonderena.
Hopefully one of them agrees. Let's see, Yeti Prime. What? Dang it. I can't lower them. But why is there absolutely zero going on down
The
there?
spirits have
Agenda
granted
ready.
us new wisdom.
Hmm. Cool. For trade.
Gana disponar. Gana disponar.
Enuvaljordam. Enuvaljordam.
Actually, wait. Certification. Can only be a protectorate.
Enuvaljordam.
Hmm.
Council agenda available.
They already don't like us. No reason to prolong that. Still losing, huh? Idle leader. Alright. Crown Princess. Put her down there, that way she's doing something. But I think that's essentially the thing.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
I will wait for a little bit. But seems like we've hit our spot. Doubles it. Ooh.
The
Enuvaljordam.
spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Okay. They're just gonna keep, I guess, expanding. Sure. So, while we're waiting that, let me Just checking to see if there's anything on stuff.
Council agenda ready.
So what it looks like is that this is essentially it. So we'll go for a little bit longer. I just want to see how many this is going to end up. The Ixians are rapidly expanding. That does look like we need... Get this going, I guess. Medical center here.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Nice. Not that we can actually use it, but cool. Purchase this and this. Both of those cleared.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Heritage sites. This planetary release center. Terrestrial armor and technicians. Cool. I think that's just about primary stuff. Here. Another one finished. Acknowledge. Galactic Force Projection, Interstellar Dominion, Galactic Contender. Guess we'll do Technological Ascendancy Justice for the back end, maybe? Then also do this. This world. And security, defensive grid. Still an Imperial target. Interesting.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Ooh. I still do not have the... Okay. I can start making Federation planets. They're not planets, but Federation stuff. But still cannot colonize anywhere. Settled ruins, radiation zone, former organic city, unsupervised settlements, mineral scorched plains, nuclear wasteland. Yeah, no, that Seems
The
about
spirits have granted us new wisdom.
okay. Nice. Very useful. Research sensors, creating combat computers. Oh, nice. That's useful. Oh my god. That has to be already they must already be aware.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
This is crazy. Cloning vats, gas extraction wells, capacity subsidies are now available. Collective self, species modification, steel armor, anti-grav engineering, thought enforcement.
En evalueerdam.
How close? Nowhere. Gotcha. And yes, build up there. Can't claim any of those worlds anyways. God damn. 10. What do you mean complex drones? Quite. Hmm. Hopefully soon things will pick back up. I hope.
En evalueerdam.
There we go.
En evalueerdam.
They are suspicious.
Blocker cleared.
Now they're less so. We'll go. Politics, maybe?
Council agenda
Statescraft.
available.
Yeah, we'll go
Council
statecraft.
agenda available.
We were going through pretty quick. We're looking on 0. Don't really need to increase the chum exchange. Okay. Very well. Got terrestrial scripting. In terraform. More envoys. Gravity snares. They're hand refining. Support vessels. Nice. And crystal. Well.
Construction complete.
Hydroponics.
Blocker cleared. The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Deep space citadels. Very cool.
The
2K.
spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Micro singularity enhancements, numismatic data modeling, interstellar economics, speculative hyperlane breaching, advanced food processing, ceramo metal materials, xenoaesthetics, bioreactor, storm dampening generators, agrarian utopias, zero-G refineries, planetary power grid, nano vitality crops, enhanced cryosleep sedatives, assembly patterns, and gravity manipulation optimization, of course.
Heretic fleet engaged.
We're now fighting this has gotta work, right? We have absolutely no way of doing that. Something tells me that
Evaluate them.
427. So we're getting closer.
Evaluate them.
They're actively harming. We're actively attempting to increase. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's seems like we've done the things, and all it's gonna do is continue to expand. So I guess I'll go ahead and call it here. Yeah, it was cool. It's very obviously still in early stages. Did not realize how restrictive the breathing was going to be wearing my mask. Or rather, didn't remember, because it's been a while since I've worn it. But yeah, it was cool. It's got ways to go.
Granted us new wisdom.
Because I don't... Yeah, it is very broken. With certain things. But, in theory, there's other things, other faction stuff, so I might check and see if what there is with the other faction things. And yeah, so until next time, stay safe, have fun. Either way, I'll be seeing you. Peace.